Introduction to the Audit Trail. The Audit Trail widget displays all of the details of your order activity, exchange announcements, and error messages in real time. You will only see a subset of all the available messages. If you refresh your Audit Trail, it will pull all of the details from the component of the TT platform that resides in the cloud. TT stores this information forever so that you can retrieve the history of all your activity. The Audit Trail is always capturing data. Even if you log out and turn off your machine or device, your forever Audit Trail is persistent starting from the moment you open your account, and you can access and mine your data at all times from the device of your choosing. The latest messages are captured appear at the top of the Audit Trail. Keep in mind, a red bar appears under the column heading of the Audit Trail when you are not at the top of the message queue as you scroll through your messages, as demonstrated. Filtering the contents of the Audit Trail. You can click the arrow next to the column name to access filters for the common values. For example, if I only want to filter specific instruments to be shown within the Audit Trail, I can click to the right of the contract column title, the drop-down menu, and simply select the contract of choice. You can also do the same as well for execution type, whether it's rejected, replaced, and so forth. Within the Audit Trail, there'll be various message types that you'll be able to see within the Audit Trail. Here are a few to mention so you have an understanding of the definition of the different message types that you may see. Cancel Reject indicates a request to cancel an order that was rejected. Cancel Replace Request acknowledges a request to change an existing order. Cancel Request acknowledges a request to cancel an order. A Cross Request indicates a request to submit a cross trade. Cross Request Response represents the completed cross trade. Execution Report will provide order status information such as order confirmations, fills, and order status updates. New Order Single acknowledges a request for a new order. News represents alerts from TT or an exchange. Position Modification indicates a risk administrator modified your position with a manual fill or a started day record. Security Definition will represent the details for an instrument. Security Definition Request indicates a request to create a new instrument within an exchange. Trade Capture Report represents the details of an OTC trade. Trade Capture Report Acknowledgement acknowledges the request to report an OTC trade. You'll find these message types within the message type column within your Audit Trail. Going back to message type, the definitions that I just explained are accessible by clicking the message type column header title, which is the drop-down menu that you see here, and you can scroll down the list and choose the message types that you'd like to filter. Also, execution types has a similar filtering option which allows you to do the same thing. However, there are different terms that you need to understand. Calculated indicates a summary of the total amount done and components of a block level trade. Cancel indicates a canceled order. Done for a day indicates a good till day order which was canceled before the session ended. Expired indicates the order was canceled because its time in force has been passed. New indicates a new order entered into the market. Order status indicates an execution report represents an order status update. Pending cancel indicates an order cancel request is waiting to be processed. Pending new indicates a new order request waiting to be processed. Pending replace indicates an order cancel replace request is waiting to be processed. Rejected indicates an order request was rejected. Replace indicates an existing order that was successfully replaced. Restated indicates that an unsolicited change to an order occurred. Stop indicates an algo that has been stopped. Suspended indicates an algo that has been paused. Trade indicates a completed OTC trade. Trade cancel indicates an OTC trade was canceled. Trade clearing hold indicates an OTC trade is being held until cleared. Trade correct indicates an OTC correction to a previous trade. Trade released clearing indicates an OTC trade was sent to the clearing firm. And trigger or activated indicates an algo or order trigger such as start time that occurred. Viewing historical data. You can also view messages from any date and time in the history of the account simply by right-clicking in the Audit Trail widget and select Go to Date from the context menu. Simply left-click to choose a date. Choose your date. You can set an approximate time as well as hour and minute and simply apply. Context menu settings. When you right-click in the Audit Trail, you will then access the context menu settings, and you have 4 different options. You have Export Rows, which will export data to a CSV file for the rows you select in the Audit Trail by simply using Shift-click to select multiple rows. If you have any filters applied, for example, if I filter just ES contracts only, click OK, I can right-click to clear the filter. We've just explained what GoToDate does, and of course, settings will give you access to the Audit Trail settings. Customizing settings. Keep in mind, these settings apply only to the current Audit Trail. If you want to apply these settings to additional Audit Trails within your workspace, be sure to check Set as Global Defaults for those changes to be applied to all Audit Trails within your workspace. Grid font size. Will adjust the font size to suit your preference and use bold text if desired. You can also set Audit Trail columns just by simply checking or unchecking the specific column of choice to either see, or if you do not want to see that specific column in the Audit Trail. Be sure to make your selections, click OK, apply and save, and those changes will be applied.